Hello everyone. Today we will learn how to make a really cute, handy bobby pin cushion. This little bobby pin cushion is very handy. You just put it right over your hand and get down to sewing. This bobby pin cushion is very handy and easy to work with. You just place it on your hand just like this and start using and start sewing. For our materials, we will need a handful of polyfill stuffing. Any size G hook will work fine. A pair of scissors. A yarn needle to weave in our ends. A medium 4-weight yarn for your tulip. And a medium 4-weight yarn for your leaves and your little handle here. For this tutorial, I will be using Red Heart Super Saver. And for the handle and petals, for the leaves, I will be using Loops and Threads cotton yarn. You'll need just a little bit of sewing thread. I added just a little bit of stitches here with the sewing thread to sew on our leaves and our handle to our tulip. So you will need just a little bit of that for this tutorial. This pattern here will be pretty easy to make. We will start with a magic ring, and I'm just going to create a loop here. I'm going to yarn over and pull that yarn through that loop. Chain 1. And in this ring here, I'm going to make 6 single crochets. And I'm using Super Saver acrylic yarn. It's a number 4-weight yarn. You can use cotton yarn if you would like, but just for me personally, I like to use this Super Saver yarn here. So I have 3 single crochets. I need 3 more. So we need 6 single crochets. I'm going to pull this tail out here. I'm going to tighten our ring down. I'm going to look for that first single crochet right here. Go right into that first single crochet chain. Sometimes it's a little hard to get into it, but you'll find it. I'm going to tighten this down. And I know this right here is my slip stitch join. So for row 2, we will chain 1. We will make 2 single crochets in each chain all the way around. So we are increasing and doubling up our stitches in each chain. So we should have 12 single crochets at the end of row 2. So we have 12 single crochets. Right here's my slip stitch join, and right here is my chain 1. So I'm going to go right into that first single crochet chain. And slip stitch join. I'm going to tighten that slip stitch join down. For row 3, we will repeat row 2, so we will chain 1. We will make 2 single crochets in each chain all the way around. So at the end of row 3, you should have 24 single crochets. After this row here, for row 4, we will repeat row 4 all the way until row 11. So this base of our bobby pin holder is pretty simple to make. So we will skip over that slip stitch join and that chain 1 and go right into that first single crochet chain. And slip stitch join. So now we're ready for row 4. So row 4 will be our repeat. For row 4, we will make just 1 single crochet in each chain all the way around. And we will repeat this until we complete row 11. And this is a really great pattern. I was so pleased with it when I first made it. It has been so handy with my sewing and using my bobby pins. It's a really great, unique pattern. I love tulips and flowers, especially in spring and summer. And I think you'll love this pattern too. Go ahead and continue that 1 single crochet in each chain all the way around. You will slip stitch join into that first single crochet chain. You will repeat row 4 until row 11. So we began here at the bottom. You will repeat until row 11. We will stuff the inside of our tulip. We will stitch close to create that nice tulip shape. Then we will grab our yarn for our leaves and our handle. And this also will be fairly simple to make as well. You will really, really like this. It fits so easily on my hand, and it's so handy and versatile. I really, really recommend this pattern. I love this pattern. It's a lot of fun, and it's really quick and easy to make. So go ahead and finish up to row 11, and I will meet you back, and then we will complete the base of our bobby pin holder. Once you're finished with row 11, you should have what looks like a little tulip cup here. So we will stuff our tulip cup we will take both our fingers, just like this. We will grab and pinch and push forward. And if you look here, we need to try to make each part of the tulip here, which kind of looks like an X or a cross. We want to try to make that equal. So let's go ahead and grab our polyfill stuffing and stuff our tulip. So I will stuff my tulip just like that. And our yarn tail here, we want quite a bit of a tail just for sewing. I'm going to pull this loop out. I'm going to thread my yarn needle. And now we need to pinch our tulip, just like I showed you before. Kind of squish down that polyfill stuffing. And we need it to look just like this. So I'm just gonna kind of hold right here. And I'm gonna want to go from one side to the other. So I have 3 stitches going down this way. Now I'm just going to go straight across. I'm going to go up. One more. I'm going to go back down, going towards the center. I'm going to form this again. I'm going to go back in through right here. Rotate. I'm going to push down that polyfill stuffing. If you want to add a little bit more stuffing, right now would be a good time, but I think this will be fun. And I'm just going to repeat this process. I'm going to go straight across. So that's 1 stitch. I'm going to go back up this way. That's 2. Go up here at the top for that 3rd stitch. I'm going to work my way back down to the center here. And I'm just going to repeat finishing up our tulip. Just going to go straight across from there to there. Our center here, I'm just going to go straight across. I want to close up that center. Oops, sorry. Just go straight across here. Closing up that center nicely. I'm going to go straight through the center and out the bottom center. And there we go. Our nice little bobby pin tulip. All right, so now we need to begin our handle. So go ahead and grab the yarn that you need for your leaves and your handle, and I will meet you right back. We will begin with our leaves, so we will need to make a slip knot. And I'm using Loops and Thread Classic yarn. We will begin with a chain 8. In the second chain from our hook, we are going to make 1 slip stitch. So in the second chain here, right into that top loop, or you can go into the back bump and make 1 slip stitch. Next chain, 1 slip stitch. Our next chain, we will make 1 half double crochet. So in this next chain here, 1 half double crochet. In the next 4 chains, we will make 1 double crochet in each. So in the remaining chains, 1 double crochet. That last chain, 1 double crochet. And that is what one of our leaves looks like so far. But before we finish, in the same chain here, this very last chain, we will make 1 single crochet. We will repeat this leaf, this same exact process 2 more times. So we will chain 8, second chain from our hook, 1 slip stitch. Next chain, 1 slip stitch. Next chain, 1 half double crochet. Remaining 4 chains, 1 double crochet in each. In that same last chain, that 4th double crochet, 1 single crochet. Repeat. So we have our 3 leaves here. We will now chain 30 chains. After you make your 30 chains, lay your leaves just like this. We will now thread our yarn needle. We will want to weave this in straight across to close our leaf. So go ahead and grab your yarn needle and grab your yarn needle and we will close our leaf. I'll just go directly across. And stitch this together. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to stitch this close better with that needle and thread. So now we will pick up our crochet hook. This will be the front of our work that we want shown underneath the tulip. So we will flip this over, and this is the side that we want. We want our tulip to go just like this. Or you can have it the other way, like that if you want. That actually looks quite nice. So let's do it like this. But however you want. So now we are going to join. So we want to go straight across right here. We want to insert our hook somewhere right here. We want to slip stitch join. Pull that tight, just like that. So let's go ahead and clip this. I'm going to go ahead and pull this loop up. I might have to weave this in a little bit just to make this look a little neater. So that new yarn tail I threaded with my yarn needle here. And I don't like how that part looks right there, so I'm going to stitch that together closed. I want this to look as neat, as nice as possible. There we go, that is good. These two yarn tails, if you'd like, you can just tie them. There we go. We just need to clip this because we're going to sew our tulip on top of that so that won't be seen. And here's our handle right here. It'll fit perfectly right on our hand, just like this. Then we will sew our tulip right on top. So I have the front of our leaves facing us because I think that looks really nice. Looks pretty like that. If I can get that to focus for you. There we go. All right. So here we just need to clip this down, unless you want to use this yarn tail to stitch in right here, but I'm going to use my needle and thread here for some small tight stitches. Clip that. I'm going to thread my needle and thread. Now all we have to do is sew our handle onto our tulip. Just like this. So I'm just going to place that right there in the center. Well, if I wouldn't have done that, oh, I hate when this happens. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. Now I just need to tie these sewing threads together and then we are finished. And there we are. Nice, beautiful bobby pin holder. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you really like this tutorial. I hope you like your new bobby pin holder. It's a really, really unique, handy way to be able to just keep on sewing and stitching and grab your bobby pins whenever you need them. And thank you all so much for joining me. And I will see you all very, very soon with more tutorials. Thank you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.